Hi, this is Mr. V, and in this video we are going to simplify a complex fraction using the second index law. So we've seen how to do this with the first index law. We've seen how we can reduce fractions using the second index law. This should be second, I'm sorry. There we go. Let's now simplify this rather complex fraction using our index laws. So I'm going to start this by rewriting my equation by grouping variables alphabetically. And this is already somewhat grouped, but I want to just make it abundantly clear exactly what our parts are. So we've got 15 divided by 10. We've got these factors of a5, a3. On the top, we have this factor of b squared. We don't have a b down the bottom, so I'll leave this blank underneath. Then we have got factors of c, 4 and c7. We've got a factor of x on the bottom, and we've got factors of y on both sides. Exactly the same. I've just written this with a few spaces so that we can work out each part separately. Right, 15 divided by 10. 10 doesn't go into 15 at all, but we can simplify this. So factors of 15, 15 times 1, we've got 5 times 3, and that's it. Factors of 10, well, 10 times 1 and 5 times 2, and I can see that I've got a shared factor of 5 for both of them. So we're going to be left with 3 and 2. So equals 15 divided by 5 is the 3 and the 2. Alright, now we can simplify the a to the power 5 and a to the power 3 using my second index law. So because they have the same base, I can take away their powers, and we're going to be left with a squared on the top. B squared, nothing happens. C4, C7, well again, I can use the second index law. They have the same base, so I can take away their powers, but because the larger power is on the denominator side, our remainder is going to be on the denominator. So I'm going to write C3 on the bottom here in the denominator. X stays here. And then we've got this y2, y2. Hopefully you can see that because they're the same in a fraction, they can be cancelled. Or we can look at this using the second law, y squared divided by y squared is the same as going y, 2 take 2, which is y0, and this may not be intuitive, but y0 is 1, and it just disappears from our expression. I'll extend the line, and now let's just tidy up our answer. 3a squared b squared divided by 2c cubed x. And I know that's still looking pretty ugly, but it's a lot simpler than this equation we had up here. And if we now had to go and solve this fraction, it would be much simpler because we only have to fill in 4 values instead of the 8 values that are up here. And that is how we can simplify a complex fraction using this second index law.